the Cover Slave, the show where we play Warhammer 30k, and it's good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's good.
It's getting scary though.
Okay.
Clarence is with me today. Skimask mohawk.
Yeah.
With his Night Lords.
Yeah.
He's brought something special today.
It is special.
Tell us about it.
It's my attitude. But other than that, it's night.
A night what?
It's atropos. So should be fun.
A night making friends oppose.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I painted some stuff. You'll see. So we'll be back with armies and stuff.
My 3,000 point Night Lord force. My warlord is Sevatar, and he's running the Horror Cult Rite of War. He's the warlord, as I said, and he has the World Burner warlord trait. So because it's Horror Cult, I have 2 5-man Night Raptor squads as my troops. The squad has all Lightning Claws, and the sergeant has Artificer and Melt-A-Bomb. And the other one has all Chain Waves, and the sergeant has Artificer and Melt-A-Bomb right there. I have a 5-man Cataphracti Terminator unit with Teleporter Transponders and Combi Plas and Power Axes. I have a Console Siege Breaker with Artificer Armor and 3 Phosphex Bombs. I have a 10-man Veteran Squad with Power Swords, the Combat Master with the +1 weapon skill, Artificer Armor on the Sergeant, and Power Fist. I have a unit of 3 Phosphex upgraded Rapiers. They only have Phosphex and the standard Strength 5 shells, so that's it. I have a Leviathan Dreadnought with Armored Ceramite, the Grav Bombard, Siege Drill, and the Phosphex Discharger in a Dreadnought Drop Pod. I have a Spartan with Armored Ceramite, Flare Shield, and Dozer Blades. And finally I have a Lord of War in the Knight Atropos right there. And it has the Ocular Augmetics as the only upgrade it can take.
3,000 points of Iron Warriors, counting as Sons of the Sigillite. My Warlord trait for today will be Master of Ambush. My Warlord being this Praetor up here on a Scimitar jet bike. He's got a Relic, he's got a Void Shield Harness, he's got Paragon Blade, Power Fist, Melt-A-Bombs, Digital Weapons, something else, okay. And then he's with a Command Squad. The Command Squad has combat shields for each bike, and they all have Power Fists and Melt-A-Bombs. Moving on, we have a Rhino here with 5 guys in it. This is a support squad with Volkite Calivers. The Rhino's got Dozer Blades and a Combi Plasma. Over here we have another HQ choice. He is a Console Librarian, Master, Warp Charge 2. He's got a Power Fist. He also has a Relic. He's got the crazy shield that blows stuff back at things. I can't remember what it's called. And with them he's got 5 Termies, 3 Chain Fists, 2 Power Swords, and the Grenade of Harness Launcher Thingamajigger, and a Plasma Blaster. Behind them, we have a Vet Squad with Power Fist, Artificer on the Sergeant, 2 Plasma Guns. They all have Melt-A-Bombs, and they're using the Machine Killer's thing there. And they're in a Rhino with Dozer Blades and a Combi Plasma. We have Mortis Contemptor here with extra armor and the carries assault cannons. Normal Dreadnought Talon with Chain Fist, Power Fist, and he's got Plasma Blaster on each arm and extra armor. Next then we have another Spore Squad, 5 Volkite, Sergeant got Artificer, Melt-A-Bombs, that was the same for this guy here. Attack Bike with Melt-A-Bombs, 2 Speeders with Multi-Meltas and Graviton, and they're both rocking 200 killer missiles, since they got cheaper. I've got an Iron Havoc Support Squad, the Sergeant's got Artificer Armor, Heavy Bolter with Shrapnel, and he's got an Augury Scanner, I believe. And then we have behind there a Fortification, the 40-point Imperial Emplacement thingy, pretty sweet. And in it here we have 2 separate quad guns with all the ammo types except for Phosphex. Next to that we have the Sicaran Venator with Sponce and Las Cannons. I believe it has Dozer Blade extra armor, the 20-point upgrade that helps it with Smelta, I just can't remember the name. And over here we have a Scorpius with extra multi-melta, Dozer Blades, I believe extra armor, and I've added 100 killer missile. And yeah, so that makes a whopping 3,000 points. Right of War is obviously Pride of the Legion, because why not?
Alright, so I won the roll-off for deployment, and we rolled Vanguard Strike, so that's classic 5th ed table corners. I picked this corner. To play very simply, I have the knight up front, I have the Spartan behind it, and my Phosphex rapier is just off to the side a bit. Roll 3 objectives. So one is in the middle, one is also in the middle but slightly to the side, and then the last one is in the opposite table corner. And the rest of my army is in reserve. For reserves, I have my 2 Raptor units just in normal walk-on reserve. My Dreadnought is of course coming down turn 1, and my Terminators are deep striking.
Iron Warriors deployment starting in this corner. So I got my Scorpius back here. Underneath this rune, I've got a 5-man supported squad of Calivers. Quad gun here. Second quad gun back over here. Both speeders about there. I deployed my wall mortars thing here. And I've got my Havoc dudes inside. Bike here. Veteran squad in this Rhino. Got my Contemptor Mortis. Normal Dread. Got another unit of support guys in here. 5 of them with Calivers. Back behind here I've got the Sicaran Venator. And then I infiltrated over here. So I've got the Librarian and his 5-man Terminator squad, the infiltrator right there, about 12 inches away out of line of sight. And then 18 inches away, sort of in line of sight, I've got my Praetor and his command squad. So, yeah, you'll see me back trying to steal the initiative. So, gonna try and steal the initiative. Here we go. Oh! No, that is definitely not a 6. Wah, wah, wah.
This is the bottom of Nightward's turn 1. For the first time ever, there's no knife fight. Very odd. But starting down over here, my Leviathan came in, scattered back a few inches, and then Iron Warriors claimed first blood by intercepting the pod with the Iron Havocs. However, I was able to shoot the squad and overlap templates onto the biker that was next to them to kill off the majority of the squad and the biker with the Grav, Bombard, and the Phosphex. All that put a good dent in them. Moving down to the Knight Atropos, moved it up, and with its first shot of the game, it didn't overheat, didn't get a vortex, but still managed to pan and roll and explode on the Sicaran Venator through its cover save, and clipped the land speeder, and also got through its cover save and immobilized that. So that was a really nice first time using it. Moving down to the Spartan, Sevatar disembarked and powered up. It split fire, it targeted the Rhino and the normal Dreadnought, and it destroyed the Combi-Plas on the Rhino and didn't do anything to the Dreadnought. Back to Sevatar, he joined the Rapier squad, who targeted the infiltrated Terminators, got a whack load of wounds, and pretty much neutered the squad. The Librarians left. It's pretty fair and balanced. And on that note, that's all for Night Wars turn 1. See you at the bottom of Iron Warriors turn 1.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite. Turn 1, starting over here. These guys moved up 12, and the Librarian moved out 6 to join the unit. In the Psychic phase, I did nothing because the Psychic phase is terrible. And then, yeah, I fired a bunch of heavy bolters to no effect. Moving down. I creeped in a little bit and then creeped back with the Rhino. The Dreadnought, same thing. I found out I couldn't do any damage to the Atropos. Pretty sweet. Over here, the Rhino creeped around 6, and the guys inside let off 4 plasma shots, doing a hull point, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The Dreadnought moved about 6 to here, fired all 12 shots at Clarence's Leviathan, doing nothing. This quad gun here fired its shatter shells directly at it, doing nothing. This speeder fired a Graviton and a multi-melt at it. I think I did a hull point or something, or no, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Scorpius fired its multi-melta and missile launcher at it, doing another hull point and shaking it or something.
Yep.
And these guys couldn't do anything because they had intercepted. So yeah.
Your other quad.
Oh, other quad engaged that unit, killing 1 guy. Mm-hmm. So in total, I've killed 1 model and done 2 hull points this turn. Pretty sweet.
End of Nightward's turn 2. Starting over here with my Leviathans. A bit awkwardly posed, but that's because it moved up and shot and charged the artillery team there, killing it. Moving down over here, my one squad of raptors came in from reserves, and they moved up from the table edge, declared a charge on the injured rhino, and got one of the guys picked off. Failed it. Moving to the knight atropos, it managed to kill the dreadnought from shooting, and then charged its wreck, destroying it. Moving down to the Spartan, it shot at the rhino down there with its heavy bolter and stripped the last 2 hull points somehow. Very luckily. The mortars moved and ran out of the way a bit, and the squad inside the Spartan disembarked and joined Sevatar, who passed his power. They also attempted to charge, and failed it by 1 inch. Other than that, that is the end of Night Lord's turn 2. See you at the end of Iron Warrior's turn 2.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite, turn 2? Starting right there. So, my rhino that was immobilized, the gentlemen, the veterans in this case, disembarked. They were snap firing, but did shoot at that unit of raptors, killing 1 guy. That was some snapshots. What finished that unit off was a barrage from the Scorpius back in the corner. So there's only the 2+ Artificer Armor Sergeant Pimp left to deal with. Moving back down here, you might notice the atropos is gone, so that was a bit of a tale. The combined shooting of the Contemptor Mortis on the side and the Havocs on the front, as well as the shatter rounds from this quad back here, put the
how many 6s did you roll on the Contemptor Mortis?
4.
5, really.
Well, 4 that mattered because one of them was a cock, but anyway, very good. Down here, you'll notice a lack of Leviathan. The speeder fired both its hunter killers as well as its graviton multi-melta, but there's a couple hull points left to do. Interestingly, though, it blew up and caused the hull point of the speeder, so Leviathans are a little bit nasty when they go kaboom. Moving down here, the explosion of the Atropos took out the wreck of the Rhino, as well as 2 of these guys, so when somebody lose them. Down over on this flank here, can't quite see it now. I forgot to consolidate actually, but Librarian split off from the unit and then charged the artillery quad gun unit, killing how many, Claire?
3.
They fled back because I couldn't follow because I was in Cataphract armor. And my warlord and his command squad charged Sevatar and the veterans. I challenged using one of my dudes because they can all issue challenges. And he's currently fighting Sevatar, which left my commander open to do his 7 attacks, killing, I think, 5. And then the Powerfits came in, killing another 2 or 3. So there's like a veteran or 2 left in the unit, I think. Or no, 1 veteran and 2 characters. Yeah. The Siegebreaker. So yeah, for all the lamentation I've been doing about my poor performance, the game's getting better. So we'll see you at the end of Night Lord's turn 3.
The end of Night Lord turn 3. Starting, I guess, over here, you can see that there's nothing done to the veteran squad. It's because the plasma that always hits on snapshots still always hit. Killed my sergeant off on the charge. Moving down to the Spartan, it pivoted on the spot, killed off the librarian. It's always fun. The yeah, VP. Yeah, from our post roll of Relic Killer. My quad mortars rallied. Over here, my Raptor reserves came in, got a charge off, managed to kill my challenger with Sevatar. He only killed 2 guys in return. I whiffed on the charge for the Raptors, so I lost by 1. Sevatar ran away, the Raptor stuck around. So there he is there. And over in the corner, my Terminators came in and mishapped, so they got put in the corner. And that's it for Night Lord turn 3. See at the end of Iron Warrior turn 4.
3.
3.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite, turn 3. Drinking girly drinks, oh yeah. Today's sponsor is Spirit Off Ice. Do you have a vagina? Do you want one? Alright, so keep going here. Speeder, turbo busted up. 18 to be there. These guys moved and ran, I think, 4 or 5 inches towards the objective, not quite there. Dreadnought moved about 6. They more or less chilled where they were. Scorpius drove out 18 from behind the building, just trying to get closer with the 48. The only shooting was the Dread V Spartan, and I got very lucky and did a hull point, so pretty cool. Moving on down over here, I won the combat against the Raptors and consolidated 5 inches to be there. So it's going pretty well. See you at the end of Night Lord's turn 4.
The end of Night Lord turn 4, moving down here, Spartan. Pivoted, snapshot and power of the Machine Spirited at the Caliver squad. Blew it off because the power of the Machine Spirit is really good. So, killed the 3 guys there. The quad mortars went to bomb the veterans over here. I rolled 2 inches on my scatter, so that means it's a hit because of the very fair rule of creeping death, or crawling fire, whatever it is.
Another unit wipe.
So it was getting 7 hits. The template was crazy. Sevatar rallied and managed to cast his power, and my Terminators in the corner just went into an anti-barrage formation.
Mosh pit.
That's it for me. See you at the end of Iron Warriors turn 4.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite, turn 4. Starting over here, they danced. Moving over here, Dreadnought engaged the Carus on the Spartan and did a hull pointer?
Yeah, 1.
1 hull point. The Speeder moved up and fired the Graviton and Multi-Mill to also do, I think, a single hull point from the something. Over here, combat was fought with the remainder of my bikes. I cleared out the quad guns with that bastard Sevatar has ran twice from combat and got away twice, so he's still alive. Basically fired what I could from this guy at his unit beforehand, killing 1, so not terrible. Pretty much just mop up. We'll see you at the end of Night Lord's turn 5.
It's the end of Night Lord turn 5, starting over here. Sevatar rallied. I failed to cast my power, and I also failed to damage his Void Shield with the Crack Grenade. With the Spartan, what I tried to do was move it to get within the Void Shield bubble for the last cannon to point blank him, but because of the Land Speeder, I had to pivot a bit more and use more movement to even get in range. So instead I tried to kill off the guy here with this last cannon and have the next hit go onto the Void Shield and pop, and then try to finish it off with the right hand one. Didn't quite work out that way, unfortunately. But that was the attempt, and see you at the end of Iron Warrior turn 5.
Iron Warriors, Sons of the Sigillite, turn 5, and the end of the game. Starting over back corner there, they shot at and charged Sevatar, ultimately killing him. The Spartan survived, has a hull point left, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, bastard. Wasn't much happening on the last turn, so I'll just kind of take you through the scoring. I got 1 VP for killing Warlord there for Sevatar. Back in this corner, I hold the only objective currently under control for 3 VP. And I get a VP for killing Clarence's Knight Atropos, Warlord, or Lord of War. So that gives me 5, and then there was something else. Or no, it was 5, right?
First Blood.
Oh, First Blood, yeah, so 6 for First Blood. And Clarence has 4. He got my Librarian, who had a relic on him. We play with a special rule where each relic is worth a VP, so there's a VP for killing him. He has Line Breaker for these guys because they're scoring. So that's 2. And what else was the other?
The Pride of the Legion.
Pride of the Legion, yeah. Because Clarence killed all my veterans and Terminators, he gets 2 extra VP for Pride. So yeah, the final score is 6 VP for Iron Warriors, 4 VP for Night Lords. We'll see you in the post-game show. The post-game show! As always, I'm Crabblesworth, and I'm joining with Clarence here, Skimask Mohawk. Mm-hmm. And you totally just watched us play 3,000 points and didn't fast forward, because you're good people. I'm going to toss it to Clarence with MVP.
I don't know. I had a couple pretty strong turns there. I think the Spartan felt like it did a lot.
I still love that Atropos is like first shot ever.
Yeah,
like,
the Spartan felt like it
something.
got some pretty key kills in. But the Atropos, I think he killed the Venator on his first shot.
Yeah.
Basically took the Land Speeder of the game.
He took the Land Speeder of the game
which
immediately.
Pretty much means it killed it too. It killed a Dreadnought and...
Kill a Dreadnought with his close combat attack, more or less. Like it's close combat using guns.
Yeah, the
8-inch
last
range.
kind of, yeah, rolled the death blow on that one too. Like it.
This little fucking Dreadnought running up to it, just like...
That Dreadnought hasn't been able to do anything. He like ran up to it, he's like, I'm gonna shoot with plasmas.
That's what's so sour. Both the Venator and that Dreadnought like haven't done anything at all. And it was both dead to the atropos, that is humans.
Yeah.
Your new hotness killed my new hotness.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
So yeah, I think those three things total close to the same amount of points, 445.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I think I'll go with atropos. Like the quad mortars are great, but they're always great. So.
Yeah. What was your epic fail?
I don't know. Oh, Terminators maybe Raptors. I don't know. My list was really like.
I could say Terminators because they just like it's not, you missed that. Shit happens, but they weren't able to affect the game. Because I'm an asshole and put them in the corner.
Yeah, maybe it's the veterans. I'll call it the veterans. Call them.
Yeah, because they just died. They didn't really help at all. Yeah, I can see that.
They got charged. They didn't make the 11-inch charge.
We can't totally fault the Terminators. They did score you a VP for outline breakers. That's what the vets did. 2 minutes less thoughts on the game?
I don't know. I think, like I mentioned a couple times in our couple breaks, that I didn't actually think my list was very good. I thought it was just crutched up by the Leviathan Atropos to add a lot of pressure, and then the Phosphex Barrage to just be completely busted. Other than that, it was like, you just kind of like let your stuff go up the board while cheesing them out with the strong
units. It was good. It wasn't 5 objectives, I guess.
Yeah, no.
You really had to pick your...
Anyway, like I just filled it with fun stuff. It like the Raptors. Like I'm like, yeah, like I just made 2 units. I really want to use them.
At least it played fast. You knew where you're doing, ready to go.
I used stuff I wanted to field and then like strong things. So I didn't think the list was that good. And again, it hinged a lot on luck. Like my luck to kill his like anti-tank units, and then
I'd say also momentum.
It's like counter luck to like get through all like my invul saves and the flare shields and
the flare shield surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, that was fun.
Normally at the start it's on the front, but on the is it all Questoris Knights?
It's all Mechanicum.
Right. They can shift where the flare shield is.
Well, yeah, all the Mechanicum Knights have the flare shield built into their 4+ invul. So
really love the Atropos.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
My MVP, epic fail.
I don't know, maybe Command Squad MVP. Or the Mortis.
I was gonna say I'm tempted by the Mortis. Only because it's a bit like you with the Phosphex. Like the bikes do what they did, kind of. Like I had some good luck. He had better luck. He had a lot of 6s over the course of this game.
Yeah, out of like 2 rounds of fire, he got 10 6s.
It just reinforces why I want another one, realistically. Because any unit that does 12 shots.
But then you've had some games where it's done absolutely nothing. Like the last game, you shot at like I had a tactical blob for like 3 turns and you killed like 2 guys. And you're like, stupid.
I just love that it can get the Rens when it.
Oh yeah.
But I'll give it MVP only because the bikes. I'll give the bikes an honorable mention because they were brand new and you didn't like one-shot them first turn. So there's that. That's a good sign.
It was them or the Terminators, and the Terminators were slightly.
Yeah, no, you made the right choice. Yeah, no question there. Epic fail, my Librarian. I am so sick of the fucking psychic phase. I just missed 5th where like you had a guide, you picked a couple abilities, and they may have to be guns you're picking, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, like 2 abilities, and you use them. It doesn't mean you get them every time or they're always massively successful. There's so many fucking variables. It's not even about what I'm doing. The fact that like you can luck out and get a million dice to throw against me.
Man, yeah, you didn't get a single power off. All your casting were like maledictions and witchfires, and like because I had 7 turn the unit.
But I mean, like I was at
like
least
five.
I was at least spreading shit out. Like I'll get one of these, and then it's like no, or the ones I get, you just like roll that 5 or 6, and it's fucking annoying. Like in fairness, I was targeting 7 dice unit. That's my own bad, but it's just a reminder of like psychic's fucking shit is awful. Because it's like it's either doesn't work at all, or you get the invisibility and it somehow works every time. And you're just annoying. So like, gotta fix that. G-dubs. It's not Forge World far up, but it's still not great. What else? So 2 minutes or less thoughts in the game. I was very pessimistic going in, only because Phosphex is kind of like Grav, but instead of being fast and debilitating.
Yeah, this is 40
like
Grav.
40 Grav. But instead of just sort of like, I'll pick up the unit, there's just this like, I'll make 42 2+ saves, was it?
Yeah.
So there's like should I pick up the unit or should I try? I tried.
Absolute foul round of shooting. I got 41 hits, and then because I gave my, like I got World Burner for my Warlord trait.
That helped.
Picked. So I gave him Shred. So I got 39 wounds out of those 41 hits. So
but I guess what I'm saying is with Grav, at least it's just sort of like, oh, by the way, fellow opponent, that unit is dead.
Yeah.
With this, it's just this like, like it just took us forever to. I should have just pulled him. I guess is what I'm saying.
That's what we did with the veterans there. It's like, okay, like
like same thing.
The first hit, it scattered 2 inches, so I just made it hit 7, and so it's like, okay, it's gonna be 7 like times 12.
It's gonna be like 40 now. But I guess it's funny because we've phosphex for our own little purpose.
Yeah, because we don't have 12 templates to leave on the table per turn.
The 74 templates it would be over the course of a game. So we basically just made it where you never leave a template. Because also, like, people think it's just this one giant area. No. You have this problem of meridians. So, like, oh, look, I'll go and... Oh, no, now it's too dangerous. Yeah.
There's a lot of...
So we made it where you don't leave, like, 12 of those every time. But it's still pretty good at just removing whole units. So. The creeping death rule is obnoxious.
Fair and balanced. Basically, once you hit, you get max wounds.
Oh yeah, I mean the template is 3 inches and you can move 2 inches.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hit shit.
Yeah, like once you roll the first hit, you kill the unit.
First hit is
unless there's like a Primarch in it and they look at all the wounds back onto the unit, so they're left with like the dregs of the wound pool.
That 3+ flesh pain is.
It's just 3+ poison.
3+ poison.
Yeah.
Or flesh pain's 2+ usually.
Yeah, it's Uno 2s.
Scary. So yeah, good game. I was a bit of a crab earlier on, but I definitely my tune changed when I took out the atropos and the
It sure changed pretty fast and unapologetically.
I hate those things in the game that like for super enemies, you can't really debilitate them. They're alive or they're dead. They're like MCs. So I was so pissed. I was just seeing it where I'd be like, oh, here comes the atropos with 1 hull point left, completely effective, like blowing shit away, charging other shit. So I'm glad I got rid of that. Leviathan, I was content. I'm glad I took those hunter killers.
Yeah. Oh.
But overall, good game, interesting game. I like that your list plays fast. Like at least it's. I know you need more bodies and shit.
Well, yeah, no, the list it's pretty bad.
You got 3 big things. Like take 2, I guess.
No, it's just like. Don't take the Rite of War that has raptors as troops because you just load them up. Like, you just take dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't need to take the Spartan. I just wanted to take, like, things, right? Like,
Yeah, I get too because you don't have rhinos, so, like, it's hard to just do
like,
a little, you know?
I didn't need to take melee veterans, like...
They were cool.
They
didn't have their chance.
There's a lot of cool things, but, like, I'm just saying, like, the list could have been way better.
Yeah. But it was still scary.
Sure.
Any shit talking to do on 40K?
I don't know. I guess Codex Space Marine or Chaos Space Marines.
Chaos Hate? What is it called?
Traders? Yeah, GW's
Traders Hate.
GW's Hate for Chaos is pretty mean.
They've secured their second fiddle in hand.
Oh man, they're just I don't know.
You don't get to be a good Space Marines.
They don't get a codex. They don't get a real campaign supplement like Tau or Raven Guard or White Scars or Space Wolves or Blood Angel Demons. You know, all of them guys. They get another supplement. And it's not like Angels of Death supplement. This is like Black Legion, whatever the one they got.
And Black Legion was like redundant.
Or like Crimson Slaughter. That's like the tier.
Crimson Slaughter at least had stuff in it. Black Legion was like a blur.
This has some stuff. It has some.
Well, it's just formations.
It's the same. It has like formations in a detachment. You're like, oh, that's pretty much what like the campaign supplement was. It's like. Yeah,
I guess they can take knights now.
Except these are garbage. Like let's be honest. Compared to like the stuff that Space Marines can output with their campaign supplements and their supplement book. Well, not just Grav. It's like the Ignores Cover White Scar relic that you can take. You know, all the normal chaos.
The auto take.
You can take the other Codex Space Marine stuff if you take the White Scar stuff.
Yeah, and it is a whole 20 points, so it's very expensive.
Or all the formations and stuff.
I'm so sick of
Lion's
formations.
Blade, Battle Company, whatever. All those points saving, everything objective secured, free things, and so then you can get an all objective secured Chaos Space Marine detachment now, but it's kind of like every player is like, that's huge. It's a big game changer. It's like, no, it makes you not have to scramble as much, but guess what? Their detachment's still infinitely better than yours because they have another 600 points up on you.
I just can't believe what they did with that Karn model.
Oh!
How is that $43?
Here's the kicker, Ben. So the big detachment wide buff is your shit gets hatred.
Well, that's
okay, and things that have preferred and that could get like the long war upgrade, get it for free. So they get preferred enemy Space Marines for free. So basically, you get complete garbage, right? Compared to the Gladius of like getting to redo your tactics, Lion's Blade of like many types of Overwatch. Like we all know, it's not really the big thing. The big thing's the free transports and the objective secure.
Mind blown.
But those are like some significant compared to hatred or.
Bring on the 30k Magnus model. What is it? The one that actually doesn't look like shit compared to Karn, because Karn looks
it's like
awful.
the Araman one.
That was it.
Buddy who put up the preview picture of it, the symbol one, the guy on Bolter and Chainsword, I can't pronounce the name.
I think I saw that.
He does really nice Thousand Suns. He has a painted version of it. He painted it up.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. He did a version. He has like the head it comes with. Then he did a Forge World Thousand Sun head. I actually think it looks better.
I would love to sit down with the designer of Karn and just be like, what were you thinking? There's already
you mean the CAD auto template of Karn. There's no design.
I don't like this new CAD trend of just because you can make a whole model very dynamic and flowing, you feel the need to all the time.
Flowing implies it flows together, not like it flows into a disaster.
Well,
right?
Worse yet is when you think now because you can, everything needs a fucking cape or needs like 17 things swinging.
Like layers.
Karn is a great example of that. Like something hanging from his axe wouldn't be terrible. But like his entire axe is obscured by the chains that are 3 times bigger than said axe that also hide most of his bare arms. You don't even fucking know his arm is bare. And then in addition to that, he's got this fucking like giant assortment of skull nonsense on his crotch. It just looks terrible. And then out of nowhere, he's got fucking cheerleader tassels. Like he's just gonna fucking go and chill in varsity until he gets the call for skulls. Like it's fucking awful. I don't know what. There's such a difference in aesthetic between GW and Forge World now. Like Forge World's like, hey, Grimdark, and GW's like, okay, kids, let's do it, yay! Like it's so fucking pandering.
It was great how like Karn got like no update either. Like rules wise, they're like, what's this? He's like, he was really good back in the 3.5 codex. He was pretty good back then. You know what? Like we fuck him.
So wait, are you actually serious? He didn't get new rules or anything?
No, I mean the fact that he whacks invisible guys on a 2+ is like I guess a new.
They gave their word on that officially. Like,
yeah. Well, in the official draft,
we didn't need it,
but yeah, like he beats them down with that. But no, he's still good if he can get to combat completely unresilient for shooting with his 3+, 5+, 3 wounds, no eternal warrior.
One day we'll see actual plastics for Chaos that aren't like 18 years old.
What the fuck is up with that?
We don't need new Khorne. Yeah, actually, you know what though? Like, be careful what we wish for because the new Khorne Berserkers will probably be awful. The old ones aren't great, but the new ones will probably be fucking awful.
The Age of Sigmar stuff does have some pretty nice Khorne design.
Yes, but again, I'll agree with you. It's just those are all fairly monoposed builds. Like the way you design the characters are very static because of how it is.
I mean, if they kind of take that aesthetic and then Space Marine it and then kind of restrain it.
So as usual, our fucking camera cut off because it hit 4 gigs. Good old Fat 32. So we have no idea where we cut off. Clarence, your final statements.
I deserve to win that game. Ben's unskilled player. He got carried by luck. That's
scrub. Thanks for watching, Internet. I'm supposed to tell you to subscribe if you like, but I feel that's too forceful.
Direct deposit into my bank account. I don't even do Patreon anymore. Just give me that cash.
Yeah, so we'll be Patreoning, and maybe one day we'll think of monetizing. If
one day we might be Raw Bear.
Advertiser-friendly content. Hashtag fart. Bye, Internet.
Hashtag. Be good. I got an Audi.
Audi 530.
No, Audi.
Gods of war, may your hammer be mighty.